Exploring St. Lawrence Island by Tontam Nguyen, Alaska 6th Grade Writing Standards. Text Type and Purpose 6.2, Writing expository text to examine a topic and convey ideas, concepts, and information through the selection, organization, and analysis of relevant content. 6.3, use narrative writing to develop real or events using effective writing strategy or technique, including relevant descriptive details and well-structured event sequences. Culturally responsive youth. Culturally responsive, healthy youth take an active interest in learning their heritage. Alaska Technology Standards. Operate technology-based tools. 8.1, use a computer to enter and retrieve information. 8.2, use technology tools for learning, communication, and productivity. 8.3, use local and worldwide networks. ISTE-NET Student Standards. CI.1, demonstrate creativity, thinking, construct knowledge, and develop innovative products and process. Communication and collaboration. 2, use digital media and environment to communicate and work collaboratively, including at distance, to support individual learning and contribute to the learning of others. Research and information fluency. Point 3, students apply digital tools to gather, evaluate, and use information. Understanding. Point 1, St. Lawrence Island has a unique history with regards to non-native influences and external influences. Essential question 1, why did the non-native interact with the native Siberian Yupik on St. Lawrence Island and vice versa? The two areas of focus are: students will be skilled at using expository writing to explain the history of St. Lawrence Island by using relevant descriptive details and well-structured event sequences. Students will be skilled at using technology such as internet to research about the history of St. Lawrence Island, the history of Siberian Yupik, and the cultural development of Siberian Yupik. Performance tasks for essential question 1. The entire class will watch a video about the two villages on St. Lawrence Island, Suvunga and Gamble. Task 1. Students will role-play as a non-native, either a land explorer, merchant, educator, gold prospector, military, or non-native family. In order to achieve that task 1, the students will read Alaska and Land in Motion by means of ebook. After that, students will create an electronic cluster of each non-native. Task 2, students will research about chosen non-native by means of internet resources, information, or via video internet interview with a real live non-native elder. Okay, in order to achieve task 2, activity, students will research and go into Alaska State Library by means of email or Skype to do internet research about their non-native. After 2.A, they will also do a real live interview either via Skype or Google via internet about their chosen non-native family history. Task 3, students will create a student blog to allow other students to elaborate on their finding about their chosen non-native. The activity to achieve task 3, students will blog on EdBlogs about their interview and discussion. The assessment will be a formal assessment, journal expository writing about the chosen non-native. They will also do a formal assessment on their understanding of primary source versus secondary source. Understanding. Point 3, Siberian Yupik have many traditional cultural values that helped them survive living on St. Lawrence Island. Essential question 2, how did the non-natives influence native Siberian Yupik cultural and their survival? The two areas of focus are: students will know the important facts about how non-native influence cultural changes in native Siberian Yupik lifestyle. Students will be skilled at using technologies such as internet research about the history of Siberian Yupik, about St. Lawrence Island, and about the cultural development of Siberian Yupik. Performance tasks for essential question 2. The entire class will watch a video about whaling camp. Task 1, Students will research native Siberian Yupik's history by means of internet information resources and or interview an elder from the community. Students will use video to record interview. Activities to achieve. Task 1. Students will create electronic KWL, that is, know, want to know, and learn about their interview. Okay. After that task, students will illustrate and demonstrate their electronic KWL chart regarding the interview they did with the elder from the community. In addition, they will do electronic Venn diagram to illustrate their understanding. The assessment is reflection journal writing about his/her feeling about the new knowledge of the research and or interview for essential question 2. Understanding point 2, how St. Lawrence Island's environment or topography influence native Siberian Yupik survival. Essential question 3, what are some of the challenges such as food, shelters, environment, and or health care which hinder population growth on St. Lawrence Island? The 2 area of focus are, students will know the historic events that cause increase and or decrease of Siberian Yupik's population on St. Lawrence Island. Students will be skilled at using technology such as internet to research about the history of St. Lawrence Island, the history of Siberian Yupik, and the cultural development of Siberian Yupik. Perform tasks for essential question 3. Students will watch a video about a way of life whaling. Task 1, students will pick one area of challenges such as food, shelters, environment, or health care to research about the means of either internet information resources or about real live interview with an elder from the community. To achieve that, Alaska State Standard Library and internet research about the challenges. They will also create an electronic Venn diagram to illustrate causes and effects about the changes and challenges. Task 2, students will collect real artifacts or evidence from either an elder, from community historian, or a family member and present the significance. Students will present their finding by means of PowerPoint. The activity to achieve that, they will research going into Alaska State Library and log in Alaska Historical Collection to internet research. Further information about the artifacts, they will present that information by means of creating a PowerPoint. A formal assessment, checklist, and what qualifies real artifacts or evidence. They will focus on primary sources or secondary sources. Understanding point 4, how native Siberian Yupik traditional ways of knowing, teaching, listening, and learning help in passing on cultural knowledge the future generations and other communities. Essential question point 4, how has the Siberian Yupik traditional cultural values changed from the past to current time? The 2 area of focus are, students will know that the causes and effects of Siberian Yupik's traditional cultural values. The students will be skilled at publishing expository or narrative writing with the use of word process tool and or PowerPoint tool. Performance for essential question 4. Students will watch about current information about St. Lawrence Island and official travel information about St. Lawrence Island. Students will also watch about current concerns about St. Lawrence Island, Alaska Native view on climate change. Task 1, students will video an interview with several parents in their community and compare and contrast parents' point of view about what has changed from the time they grew up and the current time. Activities to achieve task 1, they will create a video using flip camera during their interview. After the interview, they will create an electronic Venn diagram to illustrate, compare, and contrast about different parent point of view. Okay. Then they will do electronic personal narrative about their interview. In addition, they will use word process tool and or PowerPoint tool to present their understanding of what it means, traditional values. An assessment, self-assessment, reflection journal, writing about his or her feeling about the new knowledge of their research and or interview. Understanding point 4, how Siberian Yupik traditional ways of knowing, teaching, listening, and/or learning help in passing on cultural knowledge to future generations and other communities? Essential question 5, why is it important to maintain, foster, and continue Native Siberian Yupik's traditional cultural values and traditional ways? 2 area of focus are students will be skilled at publishing expository and/or narrative writing with the use of word process tool or PowerPoint tool. Students will be skilled at describing about their family, kinships, relationships, family's history, and community history, their cultural heritage. Performance tasks for essential question 5. Students will watch 2 videos about current concerns about St. Lawrence Island, human rights for Native Siberian Yupik, and also modern life on St. Lawrence Island. Task 1, students will record a video spending a day with an elder. Okay. Task 2, students record a video of an elder telling a story of their culture. Okay. Task 3, students will do electronic storyboard about the storytelling of the elder. In addition, students will use word process or PowerPoint tools to translate the story of their culture, basically storytelling. Self-assessment, reflection, journal, writing, and his or her feeling about the new knowledge of the research and interview. This ends my lesson plan, my unit lesson plan. Okay. To justify the technology that I used, all the technology that I use are available technology that I can use on the island. And it's accessible to the students. Easy to maneuver, easy for them to learn. And it's the skills that they can transfer over to the other content areas. That concludes my unit lesson plan on exploring St. Lawrence Island. Thank you.